welcome to today's video. Today I am so excited because I'm going to try and find a dupe for you for a favorite foundation of mine that I've really been loving the last couple of months, but it is the most expensive foundation I've ever purchased. So I really wanted to test a drugstore dupe and see if it matches as far as longevity, coverage, just overall finish. I talked about the LaMer foundation in a recent video being such a great foundation, and I got a few comments from people that were like, it's just so expensive, can you suggest a dupe? And I absolutely wanted to do that. So the one that came to mind was the L'Oreal True Glow Pro Glow foundation that I love. I haven't reached for it in quite a while, but when this launched, I was all over it and loved it for quite some time. And when I was thinking of foundations that might be a good dupe, I thought of this one. So today we're gonna test it. I also grabbed concealer and powder to see if I can find a dupe for you guys too. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna apply my right side of my face with very high-end makeup, the left side of my face with drugstore dupes. I'm gonna do a couple check-ins throughout the day. We're gonna see how it wears. So for the right side, we're gonna be using the LaMer foundation, the soft fluid longwear foundation. We're going to be setting it with the LaMer, the powder, and we're going to be using a new concealer that I love. I love it. It's $65, so it's definitely high-end, but it's by Clé de Peau Beauty, and it is the corrector, the radiant corrector for eyes. I also have the stick formula concealer, which I really like. These are very different though. This is a lot more hydrating to the under eye area. So we're gonna use those three just to give you kind of an idea of price point. This guy is $120, the powder is $95, the concealer is $65, bringing the total for the right side of the face for just complexion products to $280. On the left side of the face, we're going to be using the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation, which retails for $12.99 on the high end. I found it on a few other sites, anywhere from $7.99 to $9, but I felt like $12.99 I think is what L'Oreal's site says. And then the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Concealer, which also I found on L'Oreal's site for $12.99. And then we're going to be setting it with the Revolution Beauty Translucent Baking Powder. And I saw this on Ulta's website for $8, bringing the total on the left side of the face to $33.98. $280, $34. So let's get started in application. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see how it applies. And again, we're gonna check in throughout the day. Okay, so I have all my eye makeup on. I got rid of my lash extensions yesterday, so I'm back to wearing strips. I felt like a little hairless cat when I left there. I was like, you're so used to seeing yourself with lashes and then you take them off and your natural lashes are, I mean, obviously they're nowhere near what lash extensions look like, but even after you get them first removed, they're really short because they just need time to kind of regrow. All right, let's go ahead and start with the LaMer foundation. So I've been wearing this a lot. I really love it. I find it to be very long wearing. It's a good natural to medium coverage. I don't really feel like I need to touch up. I only use one pump of it, and that really is all I need. And definitely since I'm only doing half the face, I expect to have a lot left over. I have the shade 150. I'm gonna use the new 106 BK Beauty foundation brush. I have been going to this. This has been my foundation brush. I've actually been using it for a couple of months, right? But definitely since we launched, it's all I've been using. Now I'm gonna start in the center of my face. I don't have any concealer on. We're gonna do that after foundation. And the way that I like to use this brush, as you see, is just kind of pressed where I need the most coverage. And then I'll just kind of buff it into the skin and just blend out any harsh edges. Oh, this foundation is so beautiful, you guys. It was one that I wanted and it was on my wish list for a very long time, and I finally got it. I've had it for a few months now. I forget when I bought this. Did I buy it when I was in New York in September? I think that's when I bought it. So I've had it for a while. I really love it. You really don't need a lot of it. I find it to be very long wearing, but it doesn't look dry or matte on the skin. I would say it's a great foundation for normal skin and also oily skin. I wouldn't say it's like a overly hydrating foundation. Like if you have really dry skin, the one that I would recommend over this if you're looking for like a high-end foundation is the Coke and Dough foundation. Is it Coke and Dough or Kojendo? I'm not sure, but that one is really hydrating. But I think dry skins can use this too. It's just if you're like really dry or flaky, you might want something with a little more hydration. Okay, and that's all I need. I really don't use I've really been trying to step away from using more foundation than needed, especially now that it's so dry and cold outside. You know, using too much product is what's going to give that really cakey, heavy look. So I want to show you what is left on my hand. So that's one pump, and I used about half of it. So that really would work for an entire face. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and apply the concealer on this side. This is the Clé de Peau Color Correcting Radiant Corrector for Eyes. And I have the shade Beige, which is what I wear in the other formula that they carry, the stick concealer. Now I just like to do like one little click, and I find this concealer to be more hydrating than the stick version. I wouldn't say offers as much coverage, but it does have as much coverage as I need. Now, I have been blending it out with the 106 BK Beauty brush. That is what I love about this foundation brush. It is just the perfect size to just get your foundation and your concealer done in one. I've actually been using it for cream blush too. I have a little cream blush that is about the size of this. When you open the pot, it literally is about this size, and I just dip it in there and apply my cream blush with it as well. It's been such a versatile brush for me. So I press that underneath the eye. It blends it out like super fast. Okay, so now we have that foundation on. So I have the LaMer foundation and the Clé de Peau concealer. Let's go ahead and apply the left side. So in the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation, I have the shade 204 Natural Buff. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I don't even find this to be super glowy. I just find it to look very natural and give the skin a really pretty, like, hydrated look. Now, this is what it looks like. You can see that it is a bit more liquidy. It's kind of moving down my hand. You can see the colors are a little off too. The L'Oreal's a little darker, so hopefully I don't look crazy today. I do have an event at Ritual Salon today, which is where I go to get my hair done. They have like these seasonal events where they have different vendors there, and I'm gonna be there with BK Beauty and just hanging out for the evening, selling brushes. Oh, this foundation is so nice too, you guys. It really is so beautiful. It blends out just as easily as the LaMer, super quick. To me, it looks just as good. Honestly, right now, it looks just as good as the LaMer. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of buff it into the skin. I actually think it's a little better color for me right now. You don't need a lot of this either. I like the consistency of both foundations because they're not super watery or liquidy, but they're not thick or they're not a thick cream either. They're just a really nice fluid that blends so fast and so easy. Like, looking at the consistency, you wouldn't think that you're gonna get the coverage that you do get. You would think it'd be more of a sheer or more natural foundation. Oh, it's so beautiful, you guys. I haven't used this in a while and it's so nice. So let me go ahead and apply the concealer, and then I'm gonna zoom you guys in even a little closer before I set it with powder so you can really see the two sides. Right now I'm thinking that the L'Oreal looks just as good, quite honestly. Okay, now this concealer, I've played with it obviously because it's almost gone, but I don't remember what my opinion is on this. I think I liked it for a real natural concealer. I don't remember it having as much coverage as like the Clé de Peau does, but we'll see. Yeah, this is definitely more natural. Oh, this is definitely darker. Okay, that's a lot darker. Okay, let's hope that I don't look crazy today. Okay, so it gives more coverage once you actually get product on the skin. All right. Oh, that's nice. That actually gives great coverage. I'm kind of actually thinking this color on my left side is a better match. All right, let me zoom you guys in close so you can see before I set it with powder. So we have the LaMer and the Clé de Peau on the right side. And then on the left, we have the L'Oreal Pro Glow and the L'Oreal Concealer. Okay, I'm gonna keep you guys close while I set with powder. So for powder, let's go ahead and start with the LaMer. This is the powder. I really love this powder. It's beautiful. It's also very pricey. It is the most expensive powder that I have. All right, and I'm just gonna take a little bit. With powder, I always believe less is more. Really, I just use what's needed and not any more than I have to. I'm using the BK Beauty 104 brush, and I use the lid and I just kind of press the brush into the lid to kind of get off any excess powder. And I'm gonna start in the center of my face, and I always go underneath my eyes too. I always like to set my concealer because I do have issues with it creasing a lot. All right, and then for the left side, we're gonna use the Revolution Beauty Translucent Baking Powder. And I'm actually gonna just put it on the LaMer side. You can see that there is no powder in the LaMer side though. All the powder from here is gone. I'm gonna just put a little bit in there, not much. And I'm gonna load up my brush, kind of press it on here to get out any excess, and we will go in on the left side. Oh, you guys, both sides look so good. Let me see here. Okay, I'm definitely different colors now, lighter, darker. Probably should have figured that out. So I'm gonna have to say they both look equally as good. I might even lean that the left side looks a tad bit better. Like, did I just say that? I think I did. I think it does. I think the left side looks slightly better. I feel like the pores are less noticeable on the left side. What do you guys think? Okay, let me go apply the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. So it's just after 11:30 a.m. I'm hoping by the end of this video and by the end of the day, I will have a fantastic dupe combination to recommend to you guys over the LaMer that I have been loving so much. When I'm looking at at my face right now, I have to say honestly, I mean, if I'm being totally honest, 100% honest, I kind of actually prefer the left side a little bit better. I mean, it definitely looks as good, definitely as good. I would not say that this side looks any better than the left side. So let's just hope that it wears throughout the day. I think I've been really most impressed with the longevity of the LaMer, and that's why I've been grabbing it so much lately, because it's a long wear foundation that's great for dry, cold temperatures, because a lot of my long wear foundations are more matte, more heavy, and they just look too dry on the skin. So anyway, enough rambling. It is 11:35 a.m. exactly. I will see you guys in a few hours. Hey friends. It is about 2:50. I am sitting in carpool pickup line waiting for Kate to get out of school. And I thought I would check in because the lighting is all natural, really, really great lighting to take a peek at how the foundation is wearing. I have not touched up yet at all on either side. Both sides still look fantastic. I just looked in my mirror to compare the left side, which is the L'Oreal side, versus the LaMer side, and I really can't tell a difference. They both look fantastic. It's pretty cold today, as you can tell with my puffer jacket. So with that said, I haven't really been in heat or sweating or anything like that, but both look pretty much how they did a few hours ago when I applied it. What has it been, like a little over 3 hours? So yeah, I definitely am going to be checking in with you guys more throughout the day, but wanted to just show you what we're looking at. So that's the L'Oreal side, and this is the LaMer side. So far we have a pretty good dupe. Let's see how things look in a couple of hours. Hey friends! So I wanted to check in with you guys. It is 7:15, so it has been, what is that, 8 hours of foundation. I just took a peek in the mirror. I'm standing in front of the mirror with a really good light, as you can tell. And I have not touched up the foundation. I looked in, both sides are looking pretty much the same, with the exception of the LaMer side looking a little bit shinier. I feel like both of them need a touch up at this point, but the L'Oreal side looks to be a little better. It needs less of a touch up. I know the audio is probably terrible right now because it's so loud in here, but I want to show you guys this booth that's here. It's called Lip Service. They're based here in Austin, and they make custom lipsticks. And they're here making custom lipsticks for people. I actually had this one made for myself, and I love it. It's so pretty. Let me show you. Okay, so it's called Lip Service. I will link their Instagram account down below. But they have this booth here. You can make your own custom lipstick. So she basically, you tell her what kind of color you want, and then she creates the pigment, adds the wax, and then molds it in their bullet. And you can add flavors to it. I had one made, and I had CBD oil added to mine. So cool. Hey friends, so I'm here for my last check-in. It is 9:02 p.m. and the foundation has been on for almost 10 hours. Is that correct? 10 hours? And so I wanted to check in with you guys. I think things still look pretty good. I just took my lashes off. I removed my lash extensions this week, so I was wearing strip lashes earlier today. I am going to zoom you guys in a little bit closer so you guys can see the difference here. I have touched up once today. I've powdered one time on both sides, obviously. Let me zoom you guys in real close so you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so I have a mirror here. I'm gonna look in the mirror as I speak. So as I look, both sides are definitely due for a touch-up. Both sides are starting to kind of break down a little bit, gather in some areas. The LaMer is gathered a little bit around here. The concealer, I feel like, has held up pretty well. It has started to settle a little bit in the lines, but I would kind of expect that after 10 hours of wear. I would say, looking at both sides, let me actually powder so we can kind of see. I'm just going to take a foundation brush. I haven't added anything to it. I'm just using, I wouldn't say it's a clean foundation brush because it has powder on it from before, but I didn't add any product to it. That just kind of refreshes the makeup without adding in any other product. You guys, I would say that this is a pretty good dupe. I would have to say this is a pretty good dupe because I am looking at my skin and both sides look good. There's not a big difference between either, honestly. I can't say that one side really looks better than the other. They both look pretty good. So let me kind of let you guys see real closely what I am seeing. The light is so bright right now. Oh, when it's nighttime, and then I come in here and put all these lights on my eyes. My eyes are so sensitive. So this is the drugstore side. And then we have the LaMer side. There's definitely areas where the foundation is kind of breaking up, but that's on both sides. And I do expect that after 10 hours of wear with such minimal touch-up. But overall, both sides look really good. So I think it's safe to say, you guys, this would be my drugstore recommendation dupe for the LaMer Soft Fluid Foundation. So yay, that's kind of exciting. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm really excited about the results of this video. I have to tell you, I had suspected that this would be a dupe, and what actually inspired me to create this video was a subscriber named Donna who wanted to see a dupe for the LaMer $120 foundation, and I thought this would be a really great video. So I'm really happy with the results. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. If you haven't tried this foundation, I firmly stand by my recommendation for it because it is such a beautiful, long-wearing, but natural-looking foundation on the skin. So as always, I'll have all products linked in the description box below, as well as what I had on my eye makeup. Not that it looks so great anymore. It's been on all day long. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.